there. And we're back. All right. We are back in action. Stream number 2. BattleBots stream. Blind reaction / commentary. Season 9, episode 12. This fight card is pretty loaded. This has some really good matchups in it. Now, granted, as I did mention in the description and on the channel, hello again, Jovi and Joshua. I know you stuck around. As I mentioned in the description on this one, there is one fight in this one that I really won't be watching because, unfortunately, I got spoiled on the outcome. Yes, you have returned, and I figured you'd return, Jovi, and I'm glad you did. Yeah, there'll be one here, though, that I won't really talk about because, unfortunately, I got spoiled on the outcome, which I do not like spoilers. Some of you, I'm sure, know this. Please, I also put this in the description. Please, for episodes that have not aired yet in the United States, do not spoil future outcomes. I don't. Well, Jovi, you mentioned it. It was actually you that mentioned it, and then I went searching on the BattleBots channel because you said there were unaired fights on BattleBots channel. Actually, not from this season. There aren't any. So they have not posted them on the official channel. But apparently, there are people on YouTube posting fights that have not aired yet in the States. So now I got to be careful because now apparently there's fights popping up that have not been aired here. So please, I ask of you, either in the chat, in the description, or whatever in the channel, don't post that. Don't do that. Don't post outcomes. Don't, because that just then throws me out of whack and like just puts me off track. So yeah, so that's why I won't be really mentioning about. Yeah, Jovi. Yeah, I know you didn't mean for it, and I understand it. It was the thing with Shatter, and like that totally like threw me for a loop because in my mind, I'm thinking Shatter's only 1-1, and then you mentioned that he's 2-1, and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen any other fights involving Shatter on TV, so that kind of threw me for a loop, and then I got spoiled. So yeah, so please by all means. So I won't be talking about that one here. So yeah. So because then I later found it on YouTube by complete and utter accident, and I'm like, uh-oh, there we go. I've been spoiled. So, but aside from that, that's the negative. I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to focus on the rest of the card. This one is really good. The first one that really gets my attention is, of course, Son of Waiachi, because anytime Son of Waiachi is involved, it's always an interesting fight. It's either Son of Waiachi wins by knockout or it gets knocked out itself. So that's and going up against Kraken, that's a really interesting opponent for Son of Waiachi. The two Chinese bots going against each other, Railgun Max and Wanhu, that'll be fun. Witch Doctor again, always good to see Witch Doctor. They've been very impressive this season, 3-0 coming into this one, taking on Gigabyte. We get to see two rookies again in Breaker Box and Bloodsport, and then Texas Twister and Whiplash. That could almost be a main event because, okay, yeah, Jovi, it is a bad matchup the way Kraken's designed. I'm not saying it's not going to be interesting. But is it a bad matchup on paper? Yes, it is. But in terms of the interesting factor, it's still going to be interesting, I think. But Texas Twister and Whiplash, like that could be also a main event in and of itself because both bots have been very impressive this season. And then with the main event, I mean Bronco and Huge. Bronco needs wins. Let's not kid ourselves. If Bronco has any chance of getting into the top 16 after this slow 0-2 start, Bronco has to get a victory, and certainly, but Huge, really the way it's designed, it's really the Broncos flipper. I don't know what it's going to do against a bot like Huge, so I'm kind of leery on that one. So based on that, I am going to pick Son of Waiachi to beat Kraken, though. I am going to pick Big Son of Waiachi to win that fight. Railgun Max and Wanhu is really that's their, because again, I think those teams would know each other so well. But Railgun Max has certainly been impressive in its first 2 fights. I'm going to take Railgun Max there. I'm going to take Witch Doctor to beat Gigabyte. I've been so impressed with Andrea Suarez and her team. Gigabyte, again, is just so, like, inconsistent. So I'm going to go Witch Doctor there. I just hope they start pairing robots that are equal. I agree, Joby. That's a great point. That's a really great point. I hope so, too, because we want to see good matchups before obviously we want to see good ones for the round of 16, before the round of 16 starts, but we really can't get good ones all the time, obviously. I think there has to be some mismatches, I guess, just to make for good TV. I don't know, probably. BreakerBots and Bloodsport. I'm going to go Bloodsport. The one that Bloodsport won, I really was impressed by their bot. And BreakerBots, to me, I'm still kind of, the jury's still out for me on BreakerBots because I don't really know, like what to expect out of him. I like Bloodsport's design, so I'm going to go with Bloodsport there. And Texas Twister and Whiplash, again, that one's just so tough to pick. But Whiplash just drives really well. Texas Twister has been impressive, but Whiplash looks so good. I'm going to go with the Vasquez family. I'm going to take Whiplash there. And you know what? I think Bronco gets it done. I think Bronco's going to find a way. I know Huge's design is like very, very different, and I don't know what Bronco's going to be able to do, but I think Bronco's just going to be more aggressive enough and find a way. I think Bronco gets its first win. I cannot imagine Bronco being 0-3. I would be genuinely shocked if that were to happen. So I'm going to take Bronco to beat Huge. I hate them putting bad robots against strong robots. Yeah, because, and again, we had the one episode that on paper I thought was going to be like really one-sided, and then it turned out being like it wasn't. Like, so I don't know. Anything can happen. That's the thing. That's the great thing about BattleBots. Anything can happen in the fight. So while it may look like one-sided on paper, once they get in the box, it's completely different. So I don't know. You should just upgrade Nightmare for this current and next season. And we haven't even seen Nightmare this season. That's the depressing thing. Like, we haven't even seen Nightmare this season. So, and yet, again, I get it. He's listed on the BattleBots website. I get it. So I might not even see him like until like the end of the season in a Rumble or what have you. But that's kind of false advertising in a way. It's kind of false advertising. So, all right.
Once in a generation.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Stepping back in time. Join the original cast.
This is crazy.
HGTV's biggest names.
Kind of like the title. This is going to be huge because Huge is in the main event.
Very Brady renovation.
I like that.
The committee's got a major headache because there's going to be so many good bots at 2-2.
BreakerBots is good on paper, but haven't seen its potential. Okay, yeah, that's a good point there, Joby. Bronco needs to be able to get under Huge without getting hit. Probably have to go for the wheels. Yep, I think that's the only spot they can hit, Joshua. Absolutely, I think that's the only way they're going to win that fight for sure.
Even in defeat, they were superstars back here in the pits. No one is going to forget that fight anytime soon.
Yeah, the previous episode, Gruff gave Tombstone a great fight. That was a fun one to watch, for sure.
It's been a roller coaster of a season for Team Blacksmith. A couple of very tough losses, but they bounced back tonight to notch their first knockout of the season. They are a great example of a strong 2-2 team.
If the regular season has been this good,
Bronco needs the Hydra workout. Hey, but he'll get to face Hydra in the main event tomorrow. So it's Bronco and Hydra in the main event tomorrow. So that's going to be we get the matchup we all longed for, right? So that's going to be interesting. You and I'm sure a lot of other people, Joby, cannot wait for that fight. All right. Ooh, is that a new backdrop? I like it.
And there's going to be a lot of things crushed here tonight, mostly robots.
I have a feeling Hydra's going to win it too, Joby. I really do. I agree. I think Bronco can't match up. I think you're right.
Selection Committee and earn a place in the top 16. Every single fight tonight has tournament implications, and the competition is stiff with some of the best robots from around the world.
Yes, it is.
Son of Waiachi, Witch Doctor, Whiplash, and the list goes on.
Also, we've got the battle for Chinese bragging rights. All the way from Shanghai, Railgun Max is here. They're facing off against another bot from the People's Republic, Wanhu. And both these teams are in search of their third win of the year.
And in our main event, we've got two of the competition's heaviest hitters. It's Bronco taking on Huge. For Bronco,
I feel bad for Bronco, but this should be a wake-up call for them to make some changes. I mean, yeah.
Huge, on the other hand, has had back-to-back
I mean, that's a valid point, Joby, for sure. I mean, and I agree. You know, you struggle. You struggle it all season long, and yeah, certainly it could be a wake-up call for them, for sure.
Confident ahead of their next fight. And that is because Bronco's backs are against the wall. They're winless on the year, but Xander Rose and Reason Bradley do have a little trick up their sleeve. Bronco designed a secret weapon just in case they went up against Huge. That's because I was so impressed with them last season. Guys, no one in the pits has seen this thing. They wouldn't even let me take any kind of peek. They're calling it the unicorn horn. Bronco is desperate.
The unicorn
These
horn.
guys are veterans.
Really?
It's not their first rodeo. They'll be ready.
Wow. So secret they're not letting anybody see it either. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, that's the one that I got spoiled on, so we can skip through that. So we need to get to the Son of Waiachi one here. Oh, now it's going to go to commercials. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's the one that the one involving Shadow was the one I got spoiled on. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I really can't delve too much into one I got spoiled on because I already know what happened. So I really can't give a reaction because I already knew what happened. So yeah. So that's why I had to fast forward to Son of Waiachi fight because unfortunately I already knew what happened. Darn spoilers.
The odds of them going to a judge's decision are like the odds of me passing on dessert after dinner.
Yeah, exactly. This horizontal spinner creates so much energy one way or another. There's got to be a knockdown every single
Son of Waiachi is just one scary bot.
And Sal's opponent tonight is Kraken. They're sitting 1-1 on the year. We spoke to team driver and captain.
Let's see. I didn't really watch last season. Do they take the Desperado results into account when picking the top 16? I believe they do, and I would hope that they do, because yes, as they should. I would think that they really should take that into account because that's that's a way to try to again endear yourself more, I guess, to the committee. If you do well in Desperado, then yeah, you can certainly again make a strong case to get to the top 16. So yeah, I think those results are taken into account. Absolutely. So yeah. Joshua, I agree with that. Actually, I think honestly, and I should have revealed this before I started the episode, but I went through all the records right now. Again, this is from what I've seen on TV, and I made right now of bots I think are likely to get in, debatable, unlikely, and forget it. The ones that are not going to be in. I think the 9 right now that are really likely to get in, we know Black Dragon's in because they won Desperado. Death Roll, I mean, they're 4-0. It's pretty much guaranteed. Bike Force 3-0, two-time champ. They're probably in. Hydra 3-0. Even if they lose to Bronco, they're probably in. Scorpios is 3-0. Witch Doctor 3-0. We'll see him here. Lockjaw's 3-1. Saw Blaze 3-1. Tombstone 3-1. I think those 9 are probably going to be in. And then you've got a whole list of bots that are really debatable, anywhere from 2-0 records to Minotaur at Minotaur, and I had them 2-3. I think now with that 3-3. So out of that bunch, I looked over all their schedules, who they've beaten, who they haven't. And out of that group, I put the remaining 7 spots. I gave to Hypershock, Son of Waiachi, Texas Twister, Yeti, Whiplash, Rotator, and I gave the last spot to Minotaur. I think it'd be so weird to not have Minotaur in the top 16, honestly. I think they're going to find a way to get in. So, there's a couple others. Deep Six is definitely like they're in I have them at the very top of the debatable column, actually. They're very much in the mix, but who they've beaten really isn't all that impressive. I get it. It's a strong robot. It's really good design, but I don't know. I'm really torn about Deep Six. Certainly they could make a case, but I don't think in the end, I don't think they're going to have enough quality wins to get in compared to some of the other bots that they're with. So yeah, some of these make really strong cases, but other times, yeah, they do, Joshua. They need a good match against a really strong bot. Absolutely, they need to prove themselves to the committee for sure. So yeah, some of these were really hard to take out, but others I think were pretty easy in picking. But yeah, everyone else I have, and I'll mention some of theirs I have on the debatable list. Like Deep Six is in there, Railgun Max is in there, Uppercut, Gigabyte, Huge, Rainbow's in there, Shatter, Valkyrie, Wanhu, Blacksmith, Cobalt, Duck, Ribot, Quantum, Warhawk, and Endgame. Those are all in my debatable list. Everybody else, I don't think is going to have a legitimate shot, whether it's their schedule, whether it's we haven't seen them on TV enough, which usually is not a good sign for their chances. So yeah, I don't think that they will get in. So that's the way I kind of view it right now. Yeah, Joby, there's so many teams. It's so hard to separate from everyone else. That was really tough for me to debate those last spots. I had to look over so many resumes, and I'm sure it's what the committee's going to have to do. But yeah, it was tough. It was really tough. Yeah. Cobalt is on the debatable list. Cobalt is definitely in the mix. And it was tough for me to leave them out. Certainly, they have a really good case at 2-2, but their losses though have just been so bad. Like I don't know. I'm really torn on Cobalt. Cobalt's definitely one that's very, very much up in the air for sure. They're definitely going to be in the discussion. They do have a decent record, but is it going to be enough compared to all the other bots in that same group? That's going to be the key though. So that's going to be the key.
He said, listen, in order for us to get in the top 16, we have to not only win, but knock out a bot that's worthy of the top 16 as well.
He's right about that, and I love his confidence as well. This guy is very courageous. He's one of the few bots who said, oh yeah, I love this guy. This is great.
Is there going to be a last chance rumble? I'm hoping there is. Granted, there was one last season, although it was controversial. But I hope so, Joshua. And Joby brought up the point that, again, yeah, they might have a mini tournament to decide the last spots, or yeah, there might be robots for the last chance rumble. So yeah, they might do something like that to determine the last spots. That was a great point brought up in the last BattleBots stream there by Joby. So yeah, that I would love to see them run with that idea. I really would.
It's almost like you agree with me.
Good point. All right, Farouk, take it away.
And the rest here, this month's weapon is no joke. This is going to be so painful. You'll be yelling, take my life, please. He'll be here all week trying to steal. It's Sonowachi.
Very good, Farouk.
This is a surprising strategy from Sonowachi. They want to go with their wedge here. Really? They're going to go with
Yeah, no need to ask about Sonowachi's strategy. It's pretty straightforward.
It's covered in scales and will leave you impaled. X marks the spot where you got bit by this one. It's here for payback and it's
Kraken.
So, Kenny, you mentioned the expert X this matchup. They got a sample of that pressure on Kraken. But is it possible he's just a whole handful of crazy bills?
Well, their stat says he does have a strategy.
Kraken's Matt said he likes this matchup for Kraken. Yeah, that's I don't know about that. But we shall see. We shall see.
This one's going to be decided in the first minute. I think if we catch him right on that first opening exchange, we can get him off balance, then we can stay on and really deliver the fight to him. But they've got a super powerful weapon.
Yep, Poison Arrow did beat Sonowachi to knockout. I do remember that, Joby. I do remember that, absolutely. Yep.
Sonowachi's never fought on Crusher before, so Kraken will be his first. We're going to keep spinning.
Wow, first Crusher that Sonowachi has ever gone against. Wow.
It turns out good for me.
Yeah, it sent him flying. Yep, that's true. I remember it. Kraken won't be able to do much unless Sal takes his own weapon out. I agree with that, Josh. That's why I'm picking Sonowachi in this one for sure. There's Kraken in that flame.
Well, you know what they say, Kenny. If the place
And they both have mini bots, so.
Kraken needs a win, and they're pulling out all the stops tonight. Can't wait to get it going.
Oh, boy. Crusher to beat Sal needs to have armor. Yeah, I can honestly see that. Yeah, for sure. 2, 1. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, that was really good there, Kraken. Real aggressive. Whoa! Big hit! Oh! Oh! Big shots! Yeah, you throw strategy out the window when you're playing Sonowachi. Whoa! But they're both still going. Whoa! That went Kraken into the wall! Upside down, he's upside down, he's upside down, he's done. He's done. He's done. He's done. He's done. He's done. Wow. Yep. Dang, an aggressive count out there, guy. Yep. No, that's a knockout. Wow. That's what Sonowachi can do. That's what he can do. It hits you just right, and bam, you're done. Wow.
Almost pulled off the box rush right in the start, but after failing to clamp down on that full body spinner, Sonowachi got up to speed and found its stride.
Yeah, it did.
That's right. Matt Sport just missed his opportunity. Sal with the escape. And from there, Luke Ewan was in complete control. Now,
boom!
Oh,
man. And sent the wheel flying on that, too. Oh, man. Where's the Tylenol? Kraken's going to need it.
Doing what Sonowachi does best.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard. That's for sure. I was pretty scared there at the beginning. Kraken was on me right off the bat, got me in the corner, but luckily I was still able to get up to speed, push him back, and then I got that one last good hit on him and knocked him out.
Yeah.
Well, you're sitting pretty. You got a winning record here. How confident are you with Sonowachi?
Well, I'm really hoping that 3-1 record's going to get me into it.
I think it is. I think Sal's in the top 16 for sure. I think with that, I think he's going to be in for sure. I would be genuinely shocked if Soto actually did not make top 16 at this point. Knockout.
That is a very powerful horizontal spinner, and they're looking very confident right now.
He said, listen, I'm hopeful we make it into the top 16. They're there, right?
I think so.
Yes.
On the other side,
Yes. I think they are.
1 and 2. All right, coming up, we got a battle between two beasts from the east. 2 fights all the way from Shanghai. That's Railgun Max taking on Wahoo X BattleBots.
The two Chinese bots against each other. Although I will still believe that I think Wahoo should still be 1 and 2 because I still think that Mammoth won that fight. I will still think that. I'm going to hold on to that all season. I don't care. Again, I mean, do I have to accept that result from the judges? Yes. Do I agree with it? No. There's a difference. I don't have to agree with it.
It helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And it
Thank you, Joshua. I think, and I knew that on that night I was not the only one. We all shared, even Awesome. We all shared the same reaction when we did the live stream that night. We all had the same reaction that we were all shocked that Mammoth lost that fight. So I knew that I was not alone with thinking that way. I knew I wasn't alone on that. And then I had some troll try to tell me you're wrong. Well. You don't say that, you know. We all have our own opinions. Thank you, Joby. I knew you were in agreement because I knew you were just as shocked as I was. All right. Railgun Max has been very impressive in its first 2 fights. Granted, okay, beating Shell Shock, that really wasn't anything to write home about.
Called Wahoo. They've also got 2 wins on the year, showing that their 48-pound
asterisk.
No joke even. Now, for both of these teams, it's their first time competing in BattleBots, but they have fought on the Chinese circuit. Wahoo won by a judge's decision, but we spoke to a lady who told us we won. They got it wrong. So,
Oh, really? They got another decision supposedly wrong when they met in China that supposedly didn't go their way. Boy, one who's really involved in some controversial judges' decisions, huh? Hi, Valentine. Welcome. Railgun Max, I saw this bot in half. Very nice. Yes. Yep. Very nice.
In the Chinese zodiac, it's the year of the pig, and this one will make you squeal like one.
Oh.
Here to mess up that pretty mouth, it's
Railgun Max. I love how they have the egg beaters, and it's because it's an egg beater spinner. I like that. Oh, they've got a mini bot. Everyone's pulling out the mini bots. This is fun. Like everyone's pulling out the mini bots. This is so cool. Although I gotta say that brings up a point though. Like with all these teams bringing out these mini bots, has there really ever been like a mini bot that's made like a huge impact in a fight? Like seriously, like I don't know if I like have really seen that a mini bot has really had like. Well, unless you count, I forget which one it was that had like the one where it really got like the mini bot like really got underneath it and kind of screwed it up a bit. I forget who that was. War Stop. Yes, that's who it was. Yep, that's it, Valentine. Thank you. That's the one I was thinking of. That's the one I was thinking of. Yep. That's the one. So yeah, aside from that, I can't really remember any other mini bot that's made really a big impact. Thank you, Valentine, for reminding me of that. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah, so thank you. Railgun Max does need to fight stronger opponents. Yeah, again, Railgun Max is on my debatable list. Granted, they are 2-0, but their schedule has not been very strong up to this point. Now, granted, Wanhu might be probably the toughest bot they've faced so far. But they're very familiar with each other. So who's to say? So this will really strengthen their schedule or not.
But we'll leave you in a cloud of smoke. I hope you don't choke. Get ready to eat its dust. You'll be sneezing like whoa, whoa, whoa.
Very nice there, Free. I don't know why I just thought about this. I'd love to see a really good walking bot. Ooh, that really would not be a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, that's a good point, Joshua. They do need to fight like Whiplash, Witch Doctor. Yeah, the ones that we know are pretty much going to be on track for the top 16. Absolutely.
Obsessed with robot combat. In fact, a BattleBots-inspired show premiered in China in 2018. And get this, it got almost 80 million viewers on the very first day.
Wow.
So pack your bags, grab a shovel. Okay, if things don't work out here, we're just going to dig to the other side of the world. You're okay with that?
80 million views in China on the first day when they had a show premiere there in 2018. A Robot BattleBots-like show. That's pretty impressive. Two, one. Here we go. Oh, Railgun Max trying to go in on him. Oh, big hit there on Wanhu. Oh, yeah, he's in the zone. Oh, dishing out some big hits. Oh, there goes the chain. There's another shot. Oh, chains all over the battle box. Whoa, another solid hit there from Railgun Max. Oh, that drum is not messing around. Oh! Boom! Oh, Railgun Max dishing out those hits. More chains coming off. Or that's the same chains from earlier. Oh, is their weapon messed up now? Oh, now their weapon's off. Now it's a shoving match. I just said that. Yep. Wow. All right, halfway point. Now it's going to come down to control and durability and. Oh, one who's smoking. Oh. That's. That back is really smoking on Wanhu.
Now it's all about durability.
Yep.
Closing in on 20 seconds to go.
Oh, there's the kill saws.
Primary weapon working, and it's been that way for a while, so it's been a shoving match.
Yeah, there's a big loss of power out of both bots as well.
Yeah, this is kind of getting ugly. Like,
Here to try and score some more points.
yeah, it's going to be a matter of really like which one is less damaged. Another judge's decision for these two. Wow. Honestly, this could go either way. Like, it really could. Like, I don't know. Like, both.
So Kenny, at least this one started off with a bang.
Yeah. Granted, Railgun Max was dictating things early on. Like, he was really dishing out the bigger hits. causing chains to fall off. But then you got to factor in that Wanhu also disabled Railgun Max's primary weapon. So this is really 50-50. This is really a coin flip, a toss up. This honestly could go either way, Valentine. I don't know. This is going to be really, really close.
The damage points, but the question is,
the damage will decide it for sure. And honestly, I think Railgun Max caused more damage with the chains coming off of Wanhu, I think. But if they factor in that Wanhu did disable the primary weapon, I don't know. And of course, you go to commercials. But thankfully, I can fast forward those commercials. Okay, I think I'll go Railgun Max because the damage at the start. That could go either way. I'm thinking split. I have a feeling this is going to be a split decision. I agree with that. I would go Railgun Max because of that. But again, I'm sure they're going to at least factor in somewhat that eventually Wanhu did also disable Railgun Max's primary weapon. So they have to factor that in somehow. So that's probably why it's going to end up being a split. But yeah, I think with the damage being more points, I would think that Railgun Max would win based on that alone. I think they did do more damage in the end for sure. Hopefully that will not be my reaction to the fight.
By energizing some.
We'll probably be done after this one. Yeah, I think this is going to be a split either way. I'm hoping it's Railgun Max just based on what I saw, but as I've seen, I've been wrong on Wanhu before, even though I didn't like it.
Results from the judges are in. The winner by
unanimous decision.
Is
Railgun Max. All right, they're 3-0. Woo! I think they did take that damage into account. I really did. There you go. Very ecstatic team, as they should be.
Really, really nervous because they are like really strong competitors. We're both from Shanghai, China. We fought before in China and they beat us. So now it's more like a revenge, I think.
Revenge, yep, for sure. Vengeance is yours, Railgun Max.
It could be the championship like now, but I think later China will have more competitors come to BattleBots.
That would be excellent. Yes, that would be excellent.
Thank you.
Well, Railgun Max is making a bit of a case. 3-0 now. They're making a case. I mean, granted, this is like their first, I would say, like big win, but it did go the full 3 minutes, so it wasn't a knockout. So I don't know. There's still a bit of a question mark there, but we'll see what happens. They're certainly though in the mix for sure.
This year's field features 66 elite combat robots representing 9 different countries.
66. Okay, so clearly, again, I point out again, there's 69 on Discovery's website. So clearly that means 3 of them are either A, not competing at all, or B, are being saved for like the last episode of the season just for a one-off, like clearly. So, and we don't know, and the thing of it is, we don't know which 3 those are. So like it's that's really weird that they post, they put more bots on the website than actually said on the show. I'm just stating the obvious, because when I went through the whole list and before the season started, I counted 69. So I don't know. And then they say 66. So I don't know.
100 fights, but we haven't been able to show you everything. So, Kenny, with so many teams gunning for a place in the top 16, why don't you catch everybody up on what they may have missed?
Thanks, Chris. We saw a 14-year-old Hannah Rucker, daughter of Team Ducks, Al Rucker, get her first BattleBots win as the driver and captain of Marvin in an untelevised fight against.
Okay. So they're showing some untelevised stuff. Nice. Okay, so this is cool. This is cool. This is cool because they're now showing us some stuff that we haven't seen yet this year. This is cool. Okay, so Marvin, so this is like unaired stuff. So this is cool. I was not expecting this. This is very nice. This is a nice touch here. So Marvin got a win being axed backwards. So that's cool.
Unfortunately, she came back down to earth when Marvin lost in a unanimous decision to Falcon.
And then lost to Falcon. Wow. Okay. So then came back down to earth. So then lost to Falcon in a decision. This is good. I'm glad they're doing this. We haven't even saw. There's one bot we haven't seen this season. We haven't even seen Battle Saw yet this season. And then here it is now showing up in the unaired section. You know it's never good when we haven't seen you all season, and now we're just seeing you for the first time in an unaired fight. That's never good for your chances. Same with Mad Catter, who we've hardly seen this season, except for one fight.
But ultimately, it was the Hammerbot from California who took home the win.
So Mad Catter then beat Battle Saw. They're catching us up on a lot, clearly, in all this.
Mammoth got a win over Foxtrot.
Oh, Mammoth got some nice revenge. Beat Foxtrot. Not exactly a great win, but got some nice vengeance. Foxtrot's been a disappointment. I was expecting a lot more from Foxtrot. Now they're 0-2 after seeing that. So I was expecting a lot more from them.
But also took a loss to the monkey bot Gemini later in the year.
Ooh, but then also lost to Gemini. Wow, for any bot for Mammoth to lose to. Well, I guess in that case 2 is better than 1, right? I guess that makes sense. Wow. Wow.
Another multi-bot team, the Four Horsemen, knocked out a...
See, again, first time we've seen 4 Horsemen this season. We're seeing a lot of bots in this montage we've not even seen all season long. Again, cannot be good for their prospects. So here they're taking on Sub-Zero. Looks like Sub-Zero got smoked out.
An extinguisher.
So yeah, so 4 Horsemen beat Sub-Zero because Sub-Zero got smoked out. And then Extinguisher, again, another one we hadn't even seen this season. Here they are taking on Battle Saw.
For you against Battle Saw.
Something spoken. The big news is we have a fire truck on standby.
And Extinguisher won that fight. So, yeah, if we're seeing all these bots for the first time in this unaired montage, that clearly cannot be good for their chances going forward.
In an early season tune-up, the Four Horsemen and Double Jeopardy lost to Lucky in a unanimous decision.
Wow. And then there was a Rumble, and Lucky, who again we've hardly seen this season, defeated the Four Horsemen and Double Jeopardy in this Rumble by decision. So again, this is kind of like the montage of, hey, here's who you haven't seen this season. Let's show you what they've done so far. Maybe some of these fights will be uploaded to the BattleBots YouTube channel. I mean, here's hoping, but they haven't. They haven't put up any unaired fights yet from this season on their YouTube channel, like at least last I checked. So maybe now by showing this, maybe they will. I hope that's the hope that they will. But yeah, this is like a ton of bots in this we haven't even seen on TV this season. So I mean, I'm glad they're doing it to at least get us somewhat caught up. But it's like it's not good for your chances to get to the tournament when you've hardly been on TV. I mean, I'm just saying. I think that's usually what happens. So.
Go the distance.
Team AAA pushing match in its fight against Jasper in a not-conventional uppercut who have turned it around 6.
Are we going to have a double KO? Double knockout.
Wow. So then Tantrum, there's another Rumble where Tantrum beat Jasper and uppercut. So Tantrum's been doing, I guess, pretty well for itself since then. And again, there's 2 more we haven't even. Well, actually, no. Kingpin was the one where I got spoiled. So Daisy Cutter we hadn't seen yet this year, and there's Deep Six. Now we've at least seen Deep Six in battles, but again, Daisy Cutter, another one that we haven't seen. And Kingpin won that fight? Wow. Kingpin beat Daisy Cutter and Deep Six. Wow. So Deep Six does in fact have a loss. Wow. That's gonna hurt. that really hurts. Yikes.
Taking into account those unaired fights, almost a third of the field is currently sitting at 2 wins on the season.
All right, so then BattleBots is showing this graphic of, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 23, 26 teams that they have listed as bubble teams. And so in this, let's see if this correlates with what I have. Let's see. Blacksmith, yep, on the list. Bloodsport, they have Bloodsport in there. I don't know about Bloodsport. Unless Bloodsport can really go on a tear its last few, I doubt that it gets in. Cobalt on this list, yep, I agree with that. Deep Six, yeah, I didn't know they had a loss at the time, but yep, I agree with that. Duck, yep, certainly in the discussion. Endgame. See, 4 Horsemen I wouldn't have thought because we hadn't seen them all season, but now it shows them at 2-1. So maybe now they're sort of in the discussion. So I didn't think that but again, we really hadn't seen them up to this point. So I don't know about them still. Gigabyte, yes. Huge, yes. Hypershock, I agree with. Mad Catter's now 2-1. I didn't think they would be considered, but I think now you have to look at them a bit with that record. Mammoth is still on the list at 2 and 3. I don't know. I don't think Mammoth really is a bubble. I don't think they are in the discussion. Now, Minotaur certainly is in the discussion. Quantum is in the discussion. Rainbow, yep. Ribot, I agree with. Rotator, Shatter, Tantrum, and again, I had Tantrum 1-1, but I didn't see their other wins. So now they're 2-1. I think now certainly they could potentially also be in the discussion. Texas Twisters on there. Uppercut. Uppercut was 2-0 until they showed that loss. So yeah, they're still they're on the list. Valkyrie, I agree with. Wamhu's in a bubble spot. Warhawk, Whiplash, yeah, and Yeti. So yeah, I agree with the majority of that list. So again, notice that Sunowachi is no longer on that list. So we can probably now move Sunowachi from debatable to likely. I think now that they're in, so we can take them off the debatable /bubble list. Oh yeah, Hypershock I mentioned. Yeah, Hypershock is certainly although I think Hypershock's going to get in. I think Hypershock is going to get in. So yeah, a lot of the teams on this list I agree with. There are a few I don't. Again, there a lot of the let's see. Yeah, a lot of those on this list are on my list as well. Bloodsport again is debatable. Again, Four Horsemen I wouldn't have even thought of because I didn't see them enough. Mad Catter I didn't see them enough. Tantrum I didn't really see much of. But aside from that, I think that list is – I don't have too many complaints about that list. I think a lot of them line up with mine. Although, again, Mammoth on that list, I don't think Mammoth is going to get in. I don't think they're going to have enough of a resume. So yeah. Let's see. I was looking through the bots, and the bot I remember wanting to see was Electric Ray. Yeah, we didn't even see. Yeah, we didn't even see. Did we even see them in that montage? I don't think we did. I think that was one we didn't even see. Yeah. So maybe that's one of the 3 teams that BattleBots just put on there and thought we were going to compete of the 69. You know, another one, Sharkoprian. That's another one we haven't seen. And they were on Discovery's website and Nightmare. So maybe those are the 3. I think by process of elimination, we could probably say those are the 3 teams out of the 69 when Chris Rose said 66. Then obviously maybe those are the 3 that we're not going to get to see this year at all, or they're just going to have them as a one-off for like the finale or something. So that would make sense. Haven't seen Electric Ray, haven't seen Sharkoprian, haven't seen Nightmare, and yet they're on the Discovery website. So that certainly, that kind of like by process of elimination, that might be the case. So, but yeah, aside from a few on that list, I don't disagree with that list. I really, aside from a few, again, probably the ones I wouldn't have on that list would be Bloodsport, Mammoth, and I think honestly that would probably be it. I don't really see any others I could take off that bubble list. I think, you know, maybe Four Horsemen or Tantrums. I haven't seen enough of them to really get a gauge. But aside from that, all those are bubble teams to me. Absolutely. Few teams left because they were damaged. We'll have to wait to see. Oh, okay. I didn't remember when you mentioned that, Joey, but that's a good point. That is a good possibility. And maybe that's what happened to those 3 teams. We don't know. That's a good point, though.
Is the selection committee going to sort out which of these teams sitting on the bubble deserves a trip to the postseason?
Well, Chris, there's been a ton of parity this season, but when it comes to making the tournament, everything comes into play. For instance, a ball like Rotator might not have a winning record, but they shocked the world with the win.
Yeah, I think Rotator's done enough.
Into the selection committee's decision. You also see Minotaur 3-3 in 2019, but they made it impressive.
3-3. Again, I must have missed another one with them.
Of the Desperado tournament, and they won 3 of
or an unaired one.
Fights. I expect to see them in the bracket. On the other side of the coin, 2 teams like Wahoo and Team 6 might be thinking, why not us? But unfortunately, their strict of schedule might just keep them on the outside looking in.
Yeah, that's true. It's a valid point about the schedule. Yeah, that's for sure.
Look no further than Whiplash and Texas Twister, who will be
now see, yeah, that'll be so that makes the Texas Twister Whiplash fight even more important because they're both sitting at 2-1. And now, granted, I think I have both of them in. Yeah, right now I have both of them as probably getting in, but depending on the outcome of this fight, it might decide like which one gets in and which one doesn't. So that's going to be a big factor. So yeah, that'll be a big deal. That, like I said, and for a non-main event fight, that's huge. Like, no pun intended to huge, but that's going to be a big deciding fight. So
after a break, we'll see the 2-1 Gigabyte try to fortify their place in the standings when they take on the undefeated
Witch Doctor and Gigabyte.
regular season, and it's over to your way next.
Oh,
My
wow.
number one business principle, don't let a setback kill your confidence. Woo! This is your baby right here. So you want me to?
Let's see. Texas Twister is a flawed design. They need to rethink the robot. Really, Jovi? You think? Really? I've been impressed with what I've seen from them this year. I think they've done pretty solid. Let's see, like, okay, I mean, one win, I guess, is not, I mean, the win over Axe Backwards, yeah, that's but everyone's beating Axe Backwards. So that's really, that win is not, yeah, that one's not impressive. Okay, I'll give it that. That one was not impressive. Now, Sanawachi beating him, okay, I guess that's to be expected because Sanawachi is really good. But do remember they beat Black Dragon in a split decision, and Black Dragon is already in the field by winning the Desperado. I think the committee has to take that into account a little bit, which is why Texas Twister is like my last bot, like in the field because of that. So I'm just taking that into account based on that win. So yeah, they've got one win that's not great, but the other one I think you have to really give some weight to because of the fact that Black Dragon then went on a tear in the Desperado. So just keep throwing that out there to keep that in mind. One strong hit and the robot goes backwards and they're not in control, and that happens. Okay, yeah, that's valid. That is a valid point, and that's probably what happened when they lost Sanawachi. So because Sanawachi dishes out all that energy. So yeah, that's a solid point. But again, I barely have them like in right now because of the fact that they do have that really good win over Black Dragon. So I think that's the reason why I just have them in. The way it's designed, the robot will destroy itself. Oh, really? I mean, yeah. I mean, if it takes a lot of hits, yeah, I certainly could see that, but I don't know. We'll see what it does against Whiplash. I really want to, I still like their team. I still like their chances for now, but we'll see what it does against Whiplash. I want to see what it does for sure. Oop, too far. There we go. Oh, I will keep an eye out for sure, Jovi. I will. I just feel like their spinner should be vertical rather than at an angle, or horizontal, not vertical. Yeah. Okay. That's a valid point. That's a good point. Yeah, because the horizontal ones do tend to be a lot stronger. I can see that. Oh, Witch Doctor and Gigabyte. Can Witch Doctor get to 4-0?
They're feeling pretty good right now. And they should. Listen, I think we rectified a lot of their reliability issues. Gigabyte is spinning. It's one of the meanest weapons in the field. That 120 pounds.
I mean, and if Gigabyte's going to get in, they need this win. Like if they're going to really make a case to the committee, they need to win this one. This is weapon on weapon. 250 miles an hour compared to 196. Ooh. This is going to be a good one too.
To the back or sides of Witch Doctor. But listen, when these things go weapon to weapon, we are going to see some devastating hits.
You want to take a spin inside the box?
Chris Rose. Take a spin inside the box. OU. It's robot fighting time. Here comes Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor is what a decision over Shatter. A decision over Whiplash. One of the most popular bots around.
Yes, they are.
So far in 2019, they have their bot together.
Gigabyte needs to spin up faster. That's the problem with the full body spinner. It needs to speed up. Yep. I think we're all in agreement there. Yep. They got to get up to speed. If they have any chance to beat Witch Doctor, they have to get up to speed. Absolutely. Yep.
This is a very powerful full-body spinner. And at 2-1, this is a must-win fight. And against a contender like Witch Doctor, you have to think that if they can get a W here, they'll make the top 16.
That's how Sanawachi lost to Whiplash. Ah, yeah. Yep, that's a good point. Yep. Witch Doctor prescribes pain. I like that sign.
It's the brain here to cut you to pieces. The hexing, perplexing, the bad juju concoctor. Say, buddy, to
Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor's 3-0 and obviously heading for the tournament. The only question is where they'll be seated. So what's at stake for this team in tonight's fight?
Well, that's exactly it, Chris. Andre Gallegly.
I will admit, I know I make pre-fight picks, and I do have some favorites. I will say Witch Doctor's been a favorite of mine from the beginning. I do like them genuinely. I really do.
And the blue square, it looks like candy made by Killy Wonka. Call it the everlasting box stopper. Oompa loompa doopity doo. I don't know the rest, but this spot will eat you.
Gigabyte.
So, Gigabyte can deliver blows with the best of them. But what's the strategy for a full-body spinner here?
Well, they should be expecting Witch Doctor to box rush, so avoiding that and getting their women up to speed will be a huge key for them. They also
Yes, see, and Kenny Florian just mentioned it. Gigabyte's got to get up to speed. So you guys, Joby, Joshua, you called it. They got to get up to speed.
The biggest strategy is to not let them get up to speed. So we're going to come out of the box as quickly as possible.
We're all on the same accord. Even Andrea knows it.
And kind of bounce them off the arena walls and have the arena take some of that impact instead of us. We're going to try to get that KO as quickly as possible, get our rank as high as possible, and preserve our robot at the same time.
They're very good with spinners, very tough driver, very tough wedge. For a robot that tough, you have to drive well. So we gotta be spinning and driving at the end of this fight now. Chance to win it. If we win, we're top 16.
Confidence. I like that in Gigabyte, though. I like that they're confident. And yeah, if they get this win, they certainly have a very strong case for the top 16. Absolutely.
It's Witch Doctor and Gigabyte. Two heavyweights ready to lay it all on the line.
You prefer a drum spinner? Dude, the drum spinners have been really, excuse me, really solid. Absolutely. They've been really impressive.
Here we go. A spot in the top 16 is on the line.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, into the screws, run away. Wow. Oh, did not let him get up to speed. Oh, into the wall, down. Andrea is not messing around. Whoa, flying disc. Oh. Gigabyte, I'm going to toss you around like a toy. Boom. Gigabyte, I am your plaything. Boom. Oh, man. Oh, no, is Witch Doctor smoking? No way. Oh, just a little bit. Okay, nothing crazy, though. Oh, man. Gigabyte's not even spinning anymore. It's a push bot now. 9 shots from Witch Doctor. Good grief. Oh, somebody's chain just fell off. Oh, is Witch Doctor's weapon done too? Oh, and the wheel just came off. Whoa. Wow. I'm surprised they're both still moving at this point. Wow. Hammer, hammer. Oh, just no mercy on Gigabyte. No mercy. Boom. No. Count it out. Yep. There it goes. Wow. Knockout. 4-0. Wow. They need to solve their weapon reliability issues. Yeah, that's a great point, Joey, because we did see it, we did see it come out and smoke at that there in the match. So yeah, reliability is a key thing. Yeah, I'm gonna say, Joshua, that's it for Gigabyte this season. They are a 2-2 team, but again, compared to all the others in their resumes, I don't think they're gonna get in. I have to agree with you for sure.
By the way, if you were in Southern California, that was not a flying saucer out there. That was just Gigabyte getting launched time and time again.
That was ridiculous. You could feel the BattleBots shake when that thing landed.
And although their primary weapon eventually gave out, Witch Doctor continued to control the
Last season they got on fire, now their weapon catches fire. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Witch Doctor stays undefeated. How did that feel?
It's incredible. I can't believe I'm standing here and listening to you say that.
I think this was a new bot, right? You got a lot
Yeah, I have to agree with Joshua. I think Gigabyte is going to be not going to make it.
You guys are driving as aggressive as you ever have.
Yeah, it looks like the same robot, but there's a lot of secret magic in there that's different from last year, and Mike just did an incredible job driving that fight. Those are the biggest 6 Witch Doctor has ever had. I think we're rivaling Bronco there on the height.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like it was 15, 16 feet.
Oh, yeah, they launched them high.
If you can remember.
We actually slowed the weapon down from the last fight a lot to try to make it more reliable.
What's my favorite weapon? Oh, wow. Great question. You know what? I've always been partial to the drums myself as well, because I always like Minotaur. Like that's definitely good for me. So I would say the drums, are first. I'd say horizontal spinners a very close second. And then I would say flipper third, especially based on what I've seen from Hydra. So I would say those are my top 3. Drums, then horizontal, and then flipper. I would say those are my top 3 for sure. Because I've always liked Minotaur with its drum. I've always, of course, even though Ray is the kind of the bad boy when he's in the box, I always like Tombstone, that vertical spinner, horizontal. I get those two mixed up. Horizontal spinner, and then the flippers with Bronco and Hydra have just been so entertaining to watch. So yeah. So do you prefer? So Joby, you prefer the verticals? So because it is horizontal, right? Yeah, because Tombstone's horizontal. So yeah. So okay, like in-game and Cobalt, yeah, that's the verticals, yeah. But I'm more of the horizontal. I mean, the verticals aren't bad; they're okay, but they're not like my major preference. If they're done right, like Death Roll, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Death Roll's a good example, for sure. But yeah, I would say for me, it's drums, then horizontal, and then the flippers. Because I mean, you know me, I like the entertainment value. So I think we get a lot of solid, not only entertainment out of them with trying to pound them around the box or flip them out of the box or what have you, but just the damage factor, just what they can do to another bot. That's why I like those top three for sure.
It's luckily we're able to stay on them and just kind of keep popping them.
Andrea,
It is shocking to see. Yeah, it is shocking to see Death Roll 4-0. They've been the surprise of the season for sure. That is a big shock. And Joshua, I will agree with you. Nightmare's design as a whole is really cool. I've always liked Nightmare's design from the very beginning when I first saw them. So yeah, I've always liked their design.
I have no idea, but I hope I'm at top half. I mean, last year we were ranked 13, which is kind of our lucky number as the whole voodoo thing. But I'd love to be just a little bit higher this year.
Don't worry, Andrea, you will.
Higher. Congratulations.
You will. Remember when the robot was a mile long? Yeah, it was literally massive. Yes, for sure.
I think experience, knowing their bot. This is a bot that really has come together at the right time. A lot of momentum right now with these guys.
You know who deserves a round of applause? That would be Gigabyte for just making it through 2 minutes and 17 seconds of that kind of fight. That big picture, they are at 2-2. Those are losses to huge in a decision. And what we just saw, I would say, if I'm part of the selection committee, I have to seriously consider that.
Look, Gigabyte has durable.
Compared to the others, though, I don't know.
This year, the selection committee will take all that into consideration, and if you ask me, they still got a shot.
It looked cool to be not practical. Yes, I agree with that. I will agree with that, Joby, for sure.
50% off sausage pizzas, handmade pan pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. There's that. This week only get 50%
all right.
Pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
Ooh.
April 19th is National Pinata.
All right. Breaker Box and Bloodsport is next.
But the elements are not done.
It's good to see Bloodsport again. I like Bloodsport's design.
This is
Speaking about, they haven't seen very much of. Breaker Box could be effective if done right by the guy who made Duck. Oh, you mean Hal Rucker? Yeah. That's a great point. Because I mean, with it being so durable, yes, yeah, for sure. I think he very well could, but the way he is, I don't know.
But we've only seen Jim run the red so far. They may be having problems loading in the other setups and have yet to really unlock the potential of this bot. I think that's one.
90s stereo Bloodsport, captained by 23-year-old Justin Marple. He won his first fight against Lucky, who's feeling really good before taking a tough loss to Black Dragon. But since then, we've seen that Black Dragon is actually the real deal, Kenny. And Justin Marple told us, hey, 1-1 and my sole loss came to the Desperado tournament winner. That's not so bad now, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
The outside of Duck is made of aluminum, I think.
Let's get it going.
Okay. All right. I feel like he should have just upgraded Nightmare. Yeah, he should have. I totally agree with that. That's a great point, Joby. It would be great to see that for sure.
And break your bones. It will be cutting and scratching while it puts you in traction.
Breaker Box. It is an old design, Valentine. That's right. It is an old design. That's for sure. And I think they would have to upgrade in order to compete with this crop for sure. And Breaker Box is breaking out the mini bot. All right. A lot of Bloodsport fans in the audience.
Will give you a facelift. See if it'll make you look like T-Swift. Because baby, now
doesn't fit his style of fighting. Wow.
Together. It's Bloodsport.
It's an old design, but it's more effective than breaker box is. I agree with that, Joshua, for sure. Clearly, none of us are confident in breaker box. Let's just throw that out there. Which is why I picked Bloodsport to win this.
Today we're going to be going with the plow. It's a curved shape. It helps deflect spinners upward. You want to go into their spin, depending on which way he's going. I'm going to go into the leading edge of their spin and hopefully be able to knock him into the walls of the arena to help stop his weapon. I don't want him to be hitting the sides or the back of my robot, so I got to make sure I'm always facing into him with the plow. I got to win this fight. I got to make this happen.
Bloodsport's a new block. We're really happy with how it's performed so far. Our strategy for break blocks is basically just to keep trying to hit him on the side of the wedge. Maybe break the wedge off, get to the wheel.
It's a control robot, not a damage hitter.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. Breaker box isn't designed to dish out, big hits. Which is why this is a troubling match against Bloodsport. Even though it's got the plow design, I don't know how effective it's going to be.
Justin Markle and Bloodsport. It's a pair of 1-on-1 teams trying to find out who can deliver.
Hit the button. There we go. How could use a robot like Breaker Boss because it fits his fighting style? No, that's perfect. Fight. Yes. 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, Breaker Box trying to get Bloodsport in the wall. Oh, yeah. Drive yourself into the screws there, Breaker Box. That's perfect. Oh, nice hit there. Well, I think it's too late for that. I think Bloodsport's pretty much up to speed. We throw that strategy out the window. But that plow is very good at deflecting those hits. I will say that. Oh, Breaker Box going to have some driving issues. Oh, nice hit there, though, from Breaker Box. That's Bloodsport for a ride. Oh, yep, he's got some damage. Yep. Breaker Box plow's kind of falling off there. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there goes the plow. Woo-wee, Bloodsport. You are out for it. Oh, that was cool. Oh, that's why I love it. Give me more of that. Oh, man. Oh, but now Bloodsport's weapon is stopped. Oh, man. Well, that takes a turn. Oh, nope. Now it got going. Never mind. It was just stopped. It got going again. Oh, that's it. Breaker Box just stopped. He's done. Done. Yeah, he's done. Wow. Knockout. Wow. Good win for Bloodsport. Breaker Box, it's just box now. I love it. Nice, Valentine. I love it. And now we see what an upgraded Nightmare could have done if given the chance. Yeah, for sure. Oh, wow. Nice win there for Bloodsport.
Then took it off completely. It was pretty much cooked after that. Bloodsport finishes the deal here.
Yeah, the kid came back for more to finish his meal.
For sure.
All right, I'm here with Justin Markle of Team Bloodsport. You guys have another win.
Oh, it feels so good. It's way beyond anything we could have ever imagined.
You guys wanted to attack their lifting arm. That's exactly what you did. Once you did that, they were completely exposed.
Yeah, for sure. We aimed for the wedge, try to flip the side of it, and sure enough, that's what happened. So
Again, I know you guys maybe didn't have such high hopes in the beginning. What about right now?
yeah, I mean, when we started this, we just wanted to spin it up and just get one hit and see what happens. You know, maybe top 16, who knows? You know,
And getting a lot of good hits, man. Congratulations.
I mean, they're certainly making a case, but beating Lucky and Breaker Box isn't exactly impressive to the committee. At least I don't think. I think the schedule's gonna keep them out. Unfortunately, they're a great bot. Don't get me wrong, but they haven't beaten anybody impressive. So
Well, good fight. You
yeah, I don't know.
Thanks.
Lucky does need an upgrade. Lucky has been very disappointing the last couple seasons, for sure. Yeah, Lucky. If anyone needs an upgrade, other one needs an upgrade. Lucky is definitely one, for sure. For sure.
We break down the strategy, all this sort of stuff, and then it goes the total opposite direction because that box is pure chaos, right?
Yeah.
What did Justin Marple say?
He said he was going to attack that plow and try to rip it off, and he did.
He did.
Exactly that. Way to call your shot, kid.
And let's remember, this kid is 23 years old. First time he's ever been captain of the squad. Very, very impressive. And for BattleBots veteran Jim Smitowski, well, still some issues to work out with BreakerBots. Ends up losing to a new generation of bot builders in this one. I don't want to say this, but Jim's probably old enough to be Justin's.
It is hard to keep up to the new bots. Absolutely, Valentine. There have been some really impressive rookies this year, for sure. Absolutely.
Stretches in liver because Whiplash takes on Texas Twister. That's next.
All right. Whiplash and Texas Twister coming up next. This ought to be a good one. And this one, again, like I said, with both of them kind of in that mix of 2-in-1 bots, the winner could really make a really solid case, and the loser might be kind of biting their nails a bit. So I don't know. This one could go a long way. Ugh. Rearrange my chair.
A huge deal because it was a decision to witch doctor who just improved to 4-0. So this is a bot that's feeling great about where they are. If they get this win, they think they could be a top 5 or 6 seed.
I agree. Listen, we can combine
I agree.
the fact that is a very tough bot with the driving and Matt Vasquez. They're sitting with
Yep.
Taking on Fuzzy Malden, one of the great characters in the history of BattleBots. So he started out 2-0, then he lost to Son of Waiachi. This is a guy that's been chasing the elusive giant nut for basically 2 decades, and means so much to this guy. He said it's do or die time. I get it. If I win this thing, I'm punching my.
They just need to decide they want a giant nut bad enough to take that step. Yeah, that's a great point, Joby. If the same design doesn't work for so long, then sometimes you got to readjust and switch things up. That's a great point, for sure.
Risk of falling to 2-2 on the season if they lose here tonight, while the win would lift them to 3-1, which you have to think should be enough to get you the top 16.
There's a whole lot on the line with Lash versus Texas Twister. Jenny Tapp caught up with the Builders back in the pits earlier today. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Chris. I'm back in the pits with Texas Twister and
Ooh.
Team Whiplash.
Nice.
As they each prepared for their 4th fight of the season to find out how they've gotten their bots back in gear for this must-win battle.
Fuzzy, we got a big match today.
Absolutely.
But to get to this place, you got to rebuild. So take me through the process in getting to this place for Texas Twister.
All right, well, Texas Twister is 50 pounds of weapon, 50 pounds of tires, maybe 100 pounds of motors and batteries, and then 40 pounds of frame. And our frame in the last fight got bent badly by Son of Waiachi.
Son of Waiachi, an absolute beast out there.
It's like a unibody robot. You can fix it, but it's a lot.
I love these pit segments, by the way. These are so in-depth and so cool. It's so cool to see the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's really neat.
So we essentially have a new robot to fight Whiplash tonight.
Nice.
What is the approach with that robot?
So Texas Twister was so badly damaged in the Son of Waiachi fight. It's like a brand new bot going up against
If we
Whiplash.
go into an undercutter, we can get under him. If he gets turned around at all, he's got 3 sides of the robot that we can do serious damage to.
Yeah. What have you decided to go with for your weapon?
We have to decide whether to go with our heavy or our medium weapon bar.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking medium because it spins up a little faster. See, the heavy one takes longer to get going. It stores more energy, but it stores it over
Good strategy.
time. Matt is a very fast driver. He's not going to give Kay a lot of time to get away and spin up.
The one that spins up faster is lighter.
Correct.
So will you use weight in other spots?
Whiplash is a control bot with decent spinner. It is, Joby. It's to me one of the better bots in the competition. I think whoever wins this fight, more than likely, is probably going to be in the top 16. I think, but because 3-1, you got to think is going to be enough to get in.
Young people annoy easily. Old people stay annoyed. It's just slightly different.
Meanwhile, after a day spent hard at work in the Lincoln Electric tent, Team Whiplash has been running around the pits in a rush to have their bot ready for tonight's matchup. So, let's go check in for a quick update. In terms of the damage and the rebuild, how did the process go for you guys?
It went pretty well. It's a little bit intense, but there was a lot of little things that we had to take care of. Brain damage.
Witch Doctor really tore Whiplash up.
So we changed and upgraded quite a few things and managed to get it done. And here we are. We're literally putting the decals on as we speak.
Coming off a loss, what is the mindset?
We need to see him take on Bite Force, see if they have improved. Yeah, I would certainly love to see that fight for sure. Absolutely, I'd love to see that, and that would be a great point to see whether or not they've improved or not. For sure, absolutely.
Being extremely aggressive, and I think that's what we have to do to win this fight.
And guys, we'll find out how effective Whiplash's aggressive plan will be when they meet Texas Twister head-on inside the BattleBots.
Thanks, Kenny. Both of these teams have their eyes set on the tournament for this huge fight. Let's take the inside the box.
All right. I remember Bite Force destroying them last year. Yep, they did. They did. And that's why Bite Force is a 2-time champ.
Tornado, a hail. It's a blower, it's a hailer, and like a divorce down south, it'll take your trailer. Told you, mister. This with Texas
Twister.
So, Kenny, we heard Fuzzy say he's going with that medium quick blade for a faster spin. What else is going on here?
Well, he's also inverted his spot, going with that undercutter setup. They want to try to get around the sides of Whiplash. Of course, that's going to be easier said than done against a tough driver like Matty Vasquez.
For sure, yeah. I like the new configuration. I like the setup, I like the strategy, but against Matt Vasquez, I don't know.
Don't make him play his role, because he will send you to your goal. Here to give you road rash, it's
Whiplash. Bite Force has new wedges we haven't seen yet. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Huh. I'm right there with you, Jovi. I would like to see that too. That's really cool. I did not know that. That's really neat. Huh. Hopefully it'll make it tougher than it is already. So.
I got 2 secret weapons this time. I have a big spinner on the front.
Yep.
And I have my daughter Kay driving. Matt is a very
Oh, wow.
fast driver.
That's his daughter driving.
Probably see a lot
Ooh,
of
that's
sparks,
cool.
and I'm hoping we see some Whiplash flying around. This is
And a new weapon bar. Huh. Cool.
This is going to be more of a violent.
Well, I look forward to seeing Bite Force again.
With Texas Twister, there's only one thing to do, and it's drive into the weapon. In an ideal world, we'll keep them in front of us, and if they're only hitting in front of our robot map, we'll damage just to have it. If we don't win this fight, there's no guarantee we'll be in the 16.
For sure. No, I think the winner of this fight is likely in. The loser is going to sweat. That's the way I see it.
Texas Twister will strengthen their bid for spot the top 16. Find out.
Bite Force won't stop evolving. but that's what champions do. And you know, and Paul Ventimiglia is always very focused, and you know, he's always focused on the current match. You know, I hate to make this comparison, and maybe I've used this before, but he's kind of like the Bill Belichick of BattleBots. It's on to the next, and I'm not worried about the future. On to the next. You know, so he's very, very consistent and focused in that regard. So, you know, so I just feel like that's like the comparison from what I've seen from him. He's just so focused.
Just another.
Okay, so Joshua, you think Texas Twister needs a win or they're out? You don't think they're 3-1 would be good enough? Well, okay, no. If they win, they're okay. So no, you think Whiplash though has a chance to get it 2-2? Okay, yeah, I would agree with that. If Whiplash is 3-1, yeah, for sure, Whiplash gets in, and same with Texas Twister. So yeah, the winner I think is in. If Texas Twister's 2-2, yeah, I think they're out. Whiplash at 2-2. Again, I think in that debatable class. I would agree with that. They're not fully out, but their chances, I think, still aren't like great, you know. So because there's a lot of bots in that 2-2 group. So we'll see. But yeah, the winner I think is in for sure. That I agree with. But yeah, if it's Texas Twister, it's 2-2. I don't think they get in. If it's Whiplash, again, very, very close. Very close. Duck is top 16. Again, Duck is debatable. Duck is really debatable. Again, 2-2. Again, he's in that crop of 2-2 bots. Certainly Duck has the caliber to be a top 16 bot. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's going to be really tricky because Duck's resume. I don't know. I mean, if we beat Bombshell, that's not a win to ride home about. The only reason he beat Cobalt is because Cobalt got stuck in the floor. And then lost to Lockjaw, that's not a bad loss. But then lost to Quantum, which I totally did not expect. So I don't know. To me, I don't think and the wins don't look convincing. That's a great point by Joshua. You know, because again, they're either against bots that aren't very great like Bombshell, or they win by a technicality. Yeah, one of their wins didn't count. Yeah, because really, Cobalt lost to the floor. So yeah, I think in the scope of things, I think Duck's certainly in the mix at 2-2. Yeah, he should be on the bubble list, but he's not like high on it. So I don't think he has a strong a case as any of the other bots. All right. Hit the button. There you go.
Both sitting at 2-1, a win to punch their ticket to the top 16.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, there's Whiplash. Box rushing right away. Oh, kind of tossing Texas Twister around a bit. Yep. Oh, right into the wall. Oh, man. And Texas Twister's already smoking a bit. Oh, he's on fire! Fire, 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 fire! You think? Oh, man. I can't believe Texas Twister's still driving. Wow. Oh, into the screws. Ooh. Yeah, Jovi, I will update my rankings after this. Yeah, after this for sure. I will update my rankings. Yes, absolutely. Yep, I will for sure. Well, now it's just shoved into each other. Okay, you gotta let them go there, Whiplash. There you go. Oh man, it's just shoving Texas Twister around. Oh, he was stuck in the. Oh, screws. Oh, he's trying to get him out of the box. Oh, is he gonna get it? Is he just stuck there? And there's the countdown. Oh wow. Yeah, I think Whiplash is pretty much locked up its spot. That's a knockout. Wow.
Yeah, how about that box rush right there? Accurate, precise, aggressive. All the signatures. Whiplash.
Look at that shot early on, but Texas Twister kept going. It was fine until the big weapon stopped working. Then they had a problem.
Yes.
Billowing out from that primary weapon there.
That was a major problem. Yeah, very one-sided, Valentine, for sure. That was all Whiplash. Yeah. That was all Whiplash. I think Team Whiplash has more than likely locked up their spots.
It makes us feel a lot better. This fight, we have to win this fight to make top 16. So if we lost this fight, I think we would have been done. So we had to make sure we won this fight.
Even Matt Vasquez thinks he would have been done.
It was a lot of aggressive.
Had he lost.
You killed everything in there,
but
except
not now.
You were going after it at the end. You weren't able to get to it.
I saw he was kind of like taunting us.
Let's see. I like the Texas Twister chart upside down for their spinner to be lower. Did they do that last time? I don't think they did because in this one they used, Jovi, you're right. This is the first time they ever did that because usually it's the other way around. And I think that was the heavier spinner as well because they said in the pit interview they were going to use the medium one. So, yeah, it was a totally different configuration. So, yeah, completely different. But didn't help against Whiplash, obviously.
We all tried to hit it, but it didn't work out.
Well done, man. You got a very impressive one. Well done.
Thank you.
Really good. Oh my goodness, unbelievable driving, and that is one powerful block.
I think everybody else back in the pits is like, and if that thing's not a top 5 bot, when we get to the top 16, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Even if you do well, even if you win, you're probably going to the hospital after. I mean, that's a bot that really can do a lot of damage on it.
Where does Texas Twister sit? 2-2 right now, consecutive losses. Does Fuzzy Baldwin have to wait yet another year to get his hands perhaps on the giant nut?
He just might. Again, you look at all the great teams out there that are 2-2 or 3-3. It's going to be tough for the Texas Twister to spin in there.
You did? That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, Bronco takes
Whiplash probably high in the top 16 because Texas Twister won against Black Dragon. Whiplash won against Texas Twister. Yep, that's probably why Whiplash will be a very high seed. Absolutely. Yep, for sure. All right, one fight left. The main event, Bronco and Huge coming up.
The thing just snapped off the first time we tried to use it.
This is the second straight fight Bronco's been without its liver.
No! It's getting hot here!
It's been kind of a crazy season for us, really.
Do you think you can come back from this?
I sure hope so. I don't want to match out.
Last fight we fought Giveaway.
Oh! Gigabyte is smoking and it's no longer spinning.
And the first tape was watching it like reach to a halt and seeing a bunch of slow drive. It was so good.
You guys on the news are going cuckoo.
And we knew it from there. It was our fight.
So
Joey, you liked it when Whiplash was red? Yeah, it was a cooler color. The yellow, the yellow took a bit of getting used to. So yeah, it is hard to get used to. I think I like Whiplash better when it was red too. The yellow is kind of a bit harder to get used to for sure. Joshua, I think we're all hoping the Bronco does well. It's shocking to see them at 0-2, and I think Huge is certainly a bot that they can beat. So yeah, I mean, and they know how important they need this win. So, oh, there's the horn. Oh my. Oh.
They could just chuck us out of the.
They need to win after that loss of free shipping. Yes, they do, Joshua, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It made them look like Fight Force's rival. Yeah, I could see that.
It's basically do or die to make the big show. You should be Bronco, but you never know. They will go with robots to satisfy me. I think this is basically everything.
Never underestimate any bot.
Big one for us.
All right. Oop.
They've been a little crazy with the buttons this year. Wow. Oh, there it goes. All right. Uh-oh, Kenny. Anything but the Kingfisher. Oh, what a heck. Fancy it, Papa Kenny.
Everybody getting fancy with the buttons this year.
There it is. Oh, here we go. Speaking of this, now I've seen it all, Kitty.
With your head. That was a nice fun montage there. Everybody hitting the buttons with different things. That was actually kind of funny. That was funny. I'll give him that. All right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. They are 0-2, and I saw Reese and Bradley back in the pits earlier today. I said, was there any way you would have thought at the start of this season you would be staring 0-3 in the face? And you know what he did? He looked at me like this.
Yeah, bad question asked, Chris.
They have a major uphill climb. This is like the playoffs tonight for them.
Yeah, this is a very unusual
Yes, it is.
for Team Bronco that usually starts the season so well.
Taking on Huge and Jonathan Schultz. They check in at 2-1. Such an interesting fight for them. So many of the kids on that roster, I said, we're like 2.
This was a bad matchup. How so, Joby? How do you see it as bad? Do you see it as one-sided, or just bad in the sense that it's 0-2, 2-1? Like,
well, I think it's an unusual matchup. Bronco and Huge are two of the most unique.
Now, Kenny Florian called it unusual.
Normally, I feel like I've got a good beat on what to watch for, but because of how different these two designs are, this one feels like a complete unknown. Based on their performances this season, you got to think Huge is the favorite to win this, but you can't overlook Bronco.
You can't.
Backs against the wall.
You throw their 0-2 record out the window. You can't discredit them.
It's time for our main event.
I just looked at free shipping matches this year. Did someone there not like Gary Jin? He had to fight Hydra, Yeti, and Bronco. A flipper against a robot like Huge does not work. They can't damage a plastic wheel by flipping. That is a good point there, Joby. That is a good point. I'm curious to see how Bronco's going to pull this off if they do win. We'll see. There's huge. Yeah, balancing. A lucky shot can break huge in half. We've seen that happen. Absolutely. Yep, for sure. We've seen that. So that's why I don't put it past Bronco to do that. Bronco flip my sign. I like that.
This one's the win, your one's the fail. If it's the alpha, you're the airmail. It's the original Pony Express. It's
Bronco.
Yeah, that's right. They've got the unicorn horn attached to their flipper.
That thing looks nasty. Oh, man.
And the blue sweater. This spot looks angrier than your mom when she tells you not to miss curfew. But why are you still living with your mom anyway? Find your own place. Then you have more room for house guests like
huge. Yeah, Bronco does look crazy with that horn. Yeah, it is definitely a nice addition. So they did make an adjustment in a way. So we shall see what happens here.
Here we go. It's huge trying to secure a spot in the top 16. And Bronco looking to keep their season alive.
Bronco knows they need it. Bronco's a mess. Oh, nice little mini huge there with the push of the button there. Speaking of weird things pushing the button, that's a nice touch there, huge. Three, 2, 1, go. Nope. He's trying to get going. Nope. Nope. Oh, they're trying to find that right spot. Whoa, there's your action. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh. Trying to spin Bronco around a bit. Yeah, the top armor is coming off a bit of Bronco. Oh, man. I mean, he has to. What else is he going to do? Oh! There goes that armor off Bronco. Whoa! I don't know if you're good now with that hit. That was a big hit from Bronco. Whoa! Into the wall, giving Huge a little bit of a ride. Whoa. Yes, he has. Oh my, that's huge. No pun intended. He's trying to get him. I'm trying to get off. There you go. Yeah, get off. Too late. Whoa, there's a nice hit though from Bronco. Oh. Yeah, he is. Bronco's giving him a nice little ride. I think Huge was in control early, but now Bronco's the one being more aggressive. We're a minute and a half in. Oh, boy. Whoa, nice hit from Huge, though, there. Okay, Jovi. Hey, thank you so much for the kind words. Absolutely. See you soon. Oh, big hits there from Huge. All right, kill saws are active. Oh, man. That's true. And really, Bronco hasn't done much to Huge. Really hasn't done anything at all.
Broncos scored some great clips, but
they haven't done any damage. That's the problem. No, they haven't. Wow, when you're getting taunted to quit running, yeah, that's really bad for Bronco. Oh, nice hits from Huge. Oh, man. Oh, that fire? I think Huge is going to win this fight. Wow. In my eyes, Bronco really didn't do anything to win that fight at all. This is like rock bottom for Bronco. This is the worst we've seen, Bronco. This is, wow. Yeah, do that victory dance, Huge. You deserve it. I think you've won. I agree, Joshua. I think this is Huge by unanimous decision. Absolutely. I think Huge, tore that armor off. Bronco had no chances to do anything against it, aside from a few flips, but it didn't do any real damage to Huge. Yeah, I think Huge is going to win this fight, for sure.
Yeah, around the middle of the fight, Bronco really took control. Got some impressive flips.
Yeah, at least it got a flip. That's true. It did do some flipping, that's for sure. But no real damage. That's the problem.
But in this last exchange, Huge just pummeled the exposed side of Bronco, landed some heavy shots. Will that be enough to sway the judges? It's time to find out.
The results from the judges are in. And the winner for tonight's main event by
Unanimous decision is Huge! Yep. No shocker there. The shocker is Bronco is 0-3 and will probably not make the top 16. Wow. Great win for Huge.
I still have toys of their robot at my parents' house. Sending photos of them and stuff. We're fighting them, and they're in the crowd here right now. So it's awesome to see it.
Amazing. Take us through the fight.
I was pretty worried there for a minute. Their attachment controlled us really well, but we were able to escape from it. And I was just really zeroing in on that side once we got to the top armor and just trying to pick that hole bigger until they finally died at the end of it.
Yeah, how much of it is just preparing for an unusual bot like Huge?
Yeah, Bronco's done. Yep, I
all the fights of it. But
I have to agree with that. Yeah, and they were already on my forget it list. So yeah, they're done.
That's BattleBots. You gotta deliver.
This is a huge win. Where do you think this puts you in the top 16?
I would love to be in the top 10, maybe a little higher. Gigabyte and Bronco back to back. I can't do much better than that.
Great fight. Congratulations, John.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think Huge now is probably going to be in. Yeah.
That was a very close fight, man. It could have come down to the last 20 seconds or so. Is that the way you saw it?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I'm going to put Huge on the likely list. I think now they get in.
Sure. Yeah. Do you think it came down to that damage at the end there?
Most likely, that robot's pretty amazing. It's very rubbery, and you throw it around, it doesn't really break. It's like a piece of Tupperware. So it's a really cool robot, and it's a tough opponent for sure.
0-3. Did you see this happening? And
no, I don't think anybody saw it happening.
I mean, we're going to try as hard as we can, but it's we're backed in the corner pretty far here, so we're going to do everything we can do. We've got tons of spares, and we just need to get this monkey off our back. So,
All right, guys, it was a great fight. Thank you very much.
thank you.
That feeling of when you know you're not going to the top 16.
Emotions like that for 3 minutes. One time I'm thinking Bronco's gonna get off the shine, get a win, and then here comes huge, and then I get the last like 15 seconds, and I think where I'm going. That's kidding.
Listen, you're talking about emotions. I could feel the emotions coming from Jonathan Schultz, just knowing that he beat the legendary bot in Bronco. It was a back and forth fight. Again, it most likely came down to the last 20 seconds, maybe the last 10 seconds for huge.
And I love what Jonathan Schultz said. Listen, forget about the top 16. You better put us like in the top 10. Look at our resume. It's okay to boast a little bit.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, no, Huge has every right.
Huge is still a new bot. This is only its second season. Everyone loves Huge, but again, they're putting out great results as well.
Yes, they
so
are.
Bronco now 0-3. The legendary flipper has been so dominant in seasons past, but 2019 has not been their year.
Nope.
Big picture here tonight. Sonowayachi improved to 3-1. Railgun Max, the bot out of China, improves to 3-0. And then there's Witch Doctor at 4-0. That's got to be a top 4 bot as we speak.
Yes.
Absolutely. Witch Doctor is on fire right now. They've added another impressive knockout to their resume, and you got to think this team is primed to make a deep run in the tournament. Andrea and Michael Whiteley have that thing dialed in.
For sure.
Much fun tonight, man. So much fun of the year. It was unreal. So for Jenny Zach, for Rook, my man Kenny Florian, I'm Chris Rose. We'll see you next time on BattleBots.
Wow. Yeah, this was a really good card. This was a really good group of fights. We saw a lot of knockouts. Like we saw one, two, three, four, only like 4 knockouts, 2 by decision. I mean, this was, and they were unanimous. So I mean, these was mostly one-sided. I got like 5 out of the 6 right. Yeah, except for the main event, which because I thought Bronco would find a way to do it. But man, kudos to Huge. I mean, and I think this one does get them in. I think 3 bots punched their tickets to the top 16. Sonowayachi, Whiplash, and Huge. I think those get in. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 12 now in the likely group, which means there's only 4 spots left. So among all these other bots, they're really just battling at this point for 4 spots. So it is going to be a real challenge the rest of the way to see who is going to get in for those final few spots. So it is going to be very, very entertaining over these next couple of weeks to really see who's going to claim those final spots. So yeah, just great stuff. And then the fight card for tomorrow is pretty well loaded for sure. Let me pull that up real quick so I can share. Let's see. As I know they posted it to their Instagram. So tomorrow, which will hopefully be back on the regular schedule next week, and it'll be on Wednesday night. As when I do the reaction. So to tomorrow's episode, poor Breaker Box has to go up against Hypershock. Oh gosh, yeah, I probably feeling that way. That one's gonna go. Yeti and Tantrum, that should be a good one. Copperhead and Warhawk, again, 2 bots I haven't seen a whole lot of this season, but I haven't seen Warhawk in a while, so it'll be nice to see them. Bite Force taking on Monsoon. So we will get to see Bite Force very soon here, and so this week. So that'll be good. Maybe we'll see that new configuration. We get to see Gary Jin in free shipping against Railgun Max, so trying to knock off an undefeated bot there. And then we get to see Uppercut take on Scorpios, another undefeated bot. So that'll be a good one as well. This is a really good fight card. And then, like I mentioned, Broncos in the main event again, even at 0-3, but they get then they got to face Hydra, an undefeated flipper at 3-0. So yikes, that is going to be. I don't know. To me, some of those are going to be really one-sided, but some are going to be more entertaining than others. I don't know. That has a lot of potential in it as well. But usually all the fight cards do, because there's always at least some good matches in there, and this was no exception. So very, very interesting to shake things up. Rank to rank. Not a single horizontal. Is that true? You're right. Yeah, not a single horizontal spinner on that fight card. You're right, Valentine. That's a great observation. Yeah, that's not a single horizontal spinner. Wow. That's interesting though, because there are a lot of them. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, okay. Bloodsport is still to me very much up in the air. Don't get me wrong, Bloodsport is a great bot, but I don't know. I don't think we've seen enough of them to really get in yet. Certainly, I think they're in the discussion, but I don't know if we've seen enough from them, or if their schedule's been solid enough to get in. So yeah, I don't think they're going to have quite enough of a resume to get in. Bronco could earn some pride if they beat Hydra. I mean, it's all about pride for Bronco at this point. That's really what it's about. We know they're not getting into the top 16. So at this point, yeah, it's all about pride and trying to really, knock down a peg of Hydra. So who's been flying high this season. So yeah, that's really all they're going to be fighting for at this point. So good episode, good streams today. Very, very solid all around. So thank you again to all of you who joined in. It's always fun to do this. Again, I will try to get the schedule back online next week. So going back to the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday format. Again, the only things that can disrupt that schedule are either my work, weather, or just life circumstance. So yeah, that's really what I can do. We'll try to get back on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with or at least Tuesday, Wednesday, because ATSD, the next ATSD won't be until like the 26th of September because of the fact that I had to push it back a week. So it'll probably won't be another ATSD for 3 weeks instead of the usual 2. So it'll just be Tuesday, Wednesday, MLP reaction Tuesday, BattleBots on Wednesday. That's really what I'm going to shoot for. So thank you, Valentine. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. I have a blast with it. I have a blast chatting with all of you. It's fun. It's a fun show. It's a fun time, and I really, really enjoy it. So thank you all so much. Until next week, I will see you again then on next Tuesday and Wednesday. So for now, Spikey Dash signing off. God bless. Have an excellent week. Don't forget, again, if you can, redcross.org, make a donation for Hurricane Dorian victims at the Bahamas and the East Coast, or text Dorian to 90999 to make a $10 donation. God bless. See you next stream.